Hello and welcome to the Galloping Gurus, your home for daily horse racing analysis, race previews and expert insights. If you enjoy our content, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update. Or for even more in-depth analysis, join the Galloping Gurus membership club at gallopinggurus.com, where you'll receive our exclusive race analysis before the markets even open, giving you access to our thoughts ahead of the day's racing. It's all about getting that value, and if you get it the day before, then you'll certainly be getting exactly that. Ciao, ciao.
Hello.
Hiya, mate. How you doing? All good?
Yeah, all good, you?
Yeah, not too bad. Just been having a look through some of ours today. 3 of them been well played, haven't they? Documenting, I know it was 12s at one stage, but I think it's 9s now or something, not too much for that. But the others, Cherry Cobbler, 4 into 11 of 4. Sansonetti, 2s into odds on.
Is it odds on now?
Well, it was when I looked. Just recently, 7.16. It is 10 to 11. Even money was some. So I mean, most are 10 to 11. There's a few there that are even money. So well played, and the other one is 4s into 9 to 4 as well. I think that is the 210 there at Newmarket, isn't it? That's 5 to 2 from 4s. So they've all had a few quid for them. If you've put them in little multiples and yesterday, then you certainly got the bigger prices. Ultimately, that's what the members get. The members get the value. I mean, pretty much most of them are more or less halved in price. So at that point, if you've done little multiples, it does mean quite a bit, doesn't it? So being a member, 20 quid a month, it's not a huge amount considering you can get the decent prices the day before, is it?
No, hopefully. Hopefully we can generally find 1 or 2 nice price horses that get better and can win.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the point. Get the value. Normally, by the time this goes out, value gone.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
More often than not. So it definitely does pay to be a member. Anyway, okie dokie, on to tomorrow's. Let's start with Pontefract because I've got nothing really. The only thing I've written down is in the 6:45. I don't know if you've got anything there.
In the 6:45.
No, I don't know if you've got anything at Pontefract at all, have you?
Oh, no, I didn't really have anything I would bet there tomorrow, but it's actually quite a good card, isn't it?
Yeah, listed race and a couple of listed races, is there? No, one listed race.
So,
Good handicaps.
Yeah, and I thought that in the listed race was interesting for sure. I mean, I think it's pretty difficult, I must admit. But like the horse that won that Glorious Goodwood for Martin Dunn and Kieran Fallon runs there, doesn't it? Sing the Blues.
Yeah.
Which obviously stepping up in grade. Who knows how that'll get on. And then you've got a couple of others in there. But Philly's listed races over sprint trips, I think, are always pretty difficult to get a handle on.
Yeah, and you at Pontefract you generally want to be on the pace, don't you? I get the feeling at least Sing the Blues is probably going to be held up.
Yeah.
I do like it also. I mean, I think a rating of 90, I'd quite like to see it somewhere else rather than in this race. But look, ultimately, it's not a bad thing to get listed status on your filly, is it, for breeding purposes later on? So, I mean, I can see why they're trying.
Yeah, and the Richard Hughes horse, relatively short, around 2 to 1. Got good form, obviously, and Danny Tudhope taking the ride, no bad thing there.
No.
can see that running well. Yeah, very hard. They wouldn't be races I enjoy overly. So,
No.
and then 5:15, you've got what is quite a good handicap when you look at it as a 0 to 95, and the turnout. I don't think it is that competitive, really.
No.
I mean, High Degree
No.
is about even money, isn't it? And
Yeah, 11 to 10.
he's
Yeah, I mean, shish.
he's consistent, but unfortunately, consistently placed without winning.
Yeah,
This would be his easiest task,
yeah. I
I
was going
think,
to
because the
say.
old Jez Bomb keeps winning races here, but they're not very good races. He
No.
keeps winning.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it would be one where I wouldn't want to back High Degree, and I wouldn't want to try and find something to beat it either. So
No.
yeah,
No. It does look like a gilt edge opportunity for him, doesn't it? But
it
you
does
know,
when you consider that Al Ali beat him last time, and
yeah.
obviously went on to win.
There's none of them in here. That's for
Oh,
sure.
no, I think that might be an understatement.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, at short odds, considering he goes off a short price every time he runs,
Yeah.
you just wouldn't want to be with him, would you?
No. No.
I mean, he'd do well to find some way to get beat, but I wouldn't put it past him. I think he tries. I just don't think he's got that many gears.
No. No. And I'd say if he wins this, because I don't think it's a very good Class 3 personally.
No.
If he wins this and goes up another few pound or something, he's
Yeah.
totally done and dusted, isn't he? Where the hell else is he going to get another
Yeah.
week one like this? So it is a gilt edge opportunity.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
And then in the 5:45, you've got Badri reappearing after he went for the old Windsor big prize on Monday, which, in all fairness, he got no run.
no,
Whether he'd have been good enough, I'd question, but obviously back to his old hunting ground.
yeah, been in cracking form this year, hasn't he? And
Yeah,
99 though, highest rating he's ever been at 9-year-old, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
just,
Right. At least on the plus side is all three of his last wins have come here, haven't they?
yeah,
So
100%. Yeah, without a doubt, he's been in cracking form. But
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him winning, but I wouldn't back him either.
no, I mean, I doubt you're going to play in the race, are you?
Not really, no, not really.
No,
Well, I say not really, no, is the
no,
answer.
no. No, I'm not.
No, but I wouldn't mind. I'd probably cheer him on or something, to
Yeah,
be honest.
yeah, definitely.
Because
Yeah.
I think I'd be surprised if he wasn't thereabouts, because there aren't many of these that I think would be up to beating him, really. I mean, Fluorescence is a short price around 2 to 1, isn't it?
Yeah, 9 to 4. Yeah, in a minute. So yeah, I mean, he's a short price. That is for sure, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty much my thoughts on the whole card, really.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Well, I only had one thought in one race there, and that was in the last. And that was I've mentioned this before in the past, and once again, won't be telling anybody that they don't already know either, because it is the favourite Veblen Good. I thought that was quite a decent run last time out behind Stratus 9, fourth of 21. Didn't quite get the rub of the green there. 51 Grand Class 2. And is also a course and distance winner. Last time he turned up here, he did win. Danny Tudhope won. Don't see why he won't go well after that really good run at York. I won't be playing him. I don't really like these races particularly, not unless I can get a price about one. You know, if Veblen Good, I could all of a sudden see was 7 to 1. I'd be like, oh, I'll play him a little bit. But you know, he's 3 to 1 favourite, and obviously 3 to 1 favourite for a reason. But Yeah, I think he's got a reasonable chance, but his odds tell us that, and it's not a massive amount of value. But there we go. That's all I've got to say about Pontefract. Not a lot else.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Let's go
Right,
over.
let's move on.
Yeah. So on to Southwell there, and we will start with the 130. I've said in here probably best to concentrate on the 3-year-olds here, as both look to be in form and receiving £9 weight for age could be significant. There are older horses that could go well. Yarmin ran well in a Class 3 behind Tripoli Flyer last time out, and likes the all-weather. Wonder being consistent, but not sure how well handicapped he is now. But 4 runs at Southwell, 2 wins and a place. I won't be playing, but a race I'll be watching, particularly the 3-year-olds in there. I don't know what you thought about that race. Motterson won the race last year at, I think it's 50-1 or something, with Fallon on, didn't it? But yeah, I don't know what you thought in here about this race.
Well, I struggled really to get a handle on it.
Yeah, there's a few, isn't there?
Yeah, I was thinking astrological probably be short enough, I would have thought. I mean, I'm guessing, but he's in decent form, isn't he? And as a 3-year-old, like you say, getting a bit of weight for age, but I wouldn't fancy backing him.
Not 5-2.
I think it's a race where you may well get another turn up and another big price winner.
Yeah, could be, couldn't it? Yeah.
And I'm not 100% certain I'll be finding it, so
no,
probably best for me to look elsewhere.
Yeah. Okie dokie. On to the 2 o'clock. I've written here Barley Brown, interesting, with PJ on after a short break. Was very unlucky 2 starts back. Should have won. Not the best ride. And last time out, nothing could win from the back, so had no chance. Strong pace is forecast, which will suit, and he's forecast to be 13-2. I've said, have you a minute is £1 below his last winning mark, and the forecast strong pace will suit him as well. Hector Crouch is on. He's a course and distance winner who's forecast to be 16s. And Ribston Pippin likes it here too. Wouldn't be out of things at forecast price of 10s. We've got lots of previous with old Barley, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
not good.
No.
Not this year, anyway. But on a few occasions has been pretty unlucky, and I think we've talked about on many occasions we'd like to see somebody else on it. Well, I actually don't mind PJ. If Barley's on his A game, he'd certainly have a good chance.
Yeah, he's going to be held right up, isn't he? Because he's drawn in 13.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. I mean, I don't dislike Joanna Mason quite so much as you, I would say. So PJ for me isn't quite the same upgrade.
Right.
Don't know. I was put off by the draw in 13, to be honest.
Yeah. So where would you be in here then, or would you not?
I probably wouldn't.
No. There we go. Okie dokie.
No, although I will be angry if Barley Brown does win, because I feel like I deserve to be paid out the time he does win, that's for sure. I've fancied him a couple of times and things have conspired against him. I'd be more interested in him back at Newcastle.
Yeah, most of his form is there. I did take a look.
He's only had 1 run here, hasn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't a bad run though. He was certainly staying on to good effect to show me that he does go all right here. So obviously that's the first thing I wanted to have a look at, is just to make sure that he does handle this place. And well, he was doing all his best work in the finish, as he normally is, with old Jimmy on off a mark of 63 last August. And yeah,
Yeah, I
I
mean, I think it's fair to say we wouldn't be massively high on Jimmy O'Sullivan or Jimmy Sullivan even, would we?
no, no,
Um,
it may as well be Ronnie O'Sullivan on it, mightn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah,
Basically, for me, it's a price thing. You know, if it's a decent price, then I think fair enough to have a small play. But you know, once he starts getting into the shorter realms, I think if he's under 7-1 or something, I wouldn't even bother. I do think that Have You a Minute. I think Have You a Minute could potentially get backed here. They do bet this thing. He is forecast to be 16s. I think it's interesting that Hector's on. But you know, I've mentioned 3 horses. It's not normally the way to the winners' enclosure.
no,
So Mercurius Power's not out of it, although it did finish second in the horses around him were terrible. So I'm not kind of upgrading his performance there really. But even though I am fully aware that he could be involved, but yeah, I think less said about this race, the better now. Let's
right,
move on then to the 340, where I do like one potentially, fingers crossed, at a price. I've said Shiplake is a horse I've been waiting for to come back on the artificial surfaces, particularly Southwell, where he has 100% record, 2 from 2, and he absolutely bolted up both times. He went up £10 for his demolition job back in January and has ran on turf since and been dropped £4 for those poorish runs. It's a bit of a boom or bust, but if I'm right in thinking he's a much better all-weather horse, then he's worth a play at double-figure odds, as he's forecast to be 16s. I do think Valvano's an interesting-ish one, but whether or not he can give quite a bit of weight to, from my perspective, if Shiplake is what I think he might be on the all-weather, then I think he's got a reasonable chance at big prices.
yeah.
Dixieland,
It's quite a good little angle, isn't it? Especially for say 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, where a lot of their form is on the all-weather, and they run on turf and then they head back to the all-weather because there's not enough evidence to definitely tell you that they love only the surface and can't go on turf. But you can certainly form that opinion, and you generally get a bit of a better price about it.
yeah,
Um, I think there was a horse of Rafe Beckett's that won at Lingfield during the week where it had had 2 wins on the all-weather, run on turf a couple of times, and was back on the all-weather. And I think it was around the 8-1 mark that went
yeah,
in.
it
And
was. We talked about it.
yeah. So there certainly are angles in for that sort of thing. And like you say, Shiplake is certainly of interest round here. Still lightly raced, certainly on the all-weather surfaces.
It's the way he travels. He
Yeah,
travels
he
very,
tanks for his race.
yeah, exactly. And it really suits the all-weather because you skip across the sand, and it definitely suits an all-weather surface the way he travels. I don't think he travelled when I looked back at his turf form, even last time at Goodwood. I don't think he's travelled anywhere near as well as what he has on at Southwell. He's just for me, he's looked like a bit of a monster. But once again, you want to get a price about him, because ultimately he has ran poorly the last 3 times on the turf. So your risk must be risk to reward, and the reward must be decent. So
Yeah, I think it's fair to say you'll see an improved effort from him here.
yeah, I
I
think so.
think he'll run well. I think it would be easier if something like Dixieland Blues wasn't in there, who also has pretty good form on the all-weather,
Yeah,
but been off the track for nearly a year, which quite obviously wouldn't have been the plan. So you just have to wonder, maybe he might need it. I mean, make no mistake, the Crisfords are capable of getting one ready
yeah,
after a layoff, but drawn in 3, he'd probably sit mid-div, I would have thought.
yeah. And he's forecast to be favourite. I mean, a lot of this whole thing about Shipblake for me is, one, I think he looks very good on the all-weather, but 2, if you can get a decent price about him,
Yeah,
obviously he's going to be 4-1 Dixieland Blues, and I could see why he would be. You know, he won very nicely last time out on the all-weather too, didn't he?
yeah.
But you know, if you can get double figures for Shipblake, then I think I know which one I'd play against the favourite.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I think with Dixieland, I think there's equally as many question marks as there would be with Shiplake because
yeah,
of the absence.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't really fancy backing him around the 4-1 chance, not knowing why he was off for so long and how ready he is for today.
yeah.
Well, tomorrow even, but
It's
yeah,
it's a complete price thing, isn't it? I mean, ultimately,
yeah,
like it's like I said just a minute ago, risk to reward, and I'm fully aware that Dixieland Blues could go and win, but if I can get prices for Shipblake, I will. And I'm not suggesting anybody goes heavy on this thing, but if you can get prices, then you can always have a small play at decent prices, and that's
yeah. And you've got horses in there like Legal Reform, which love the surface, but at 9 years old and being off the track for sort of a third of the year, he wouldn't be. You'd like to think maybe you'd be catching him later down the road.
yeah, and the highest mark he's ever been off at 9 years old, coming after a half-year break. Yeah, I mean, you're sort of thinking, well, I would think the same as you there. But we'll be catching him wintertime, I would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, 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 certainly. Especially the yard do well
Yeah,
that time of year, don't they? And Falvano, it was a decent run in the Lincoln, but why on earth's he been off
yeah. I was going to just
all
say
that
it.
time?
Yeah, yeah,
And he's had his win done as well.
yeah,
I mean, it could be the ground because nearly all his form is on good to soft
yes,
ground, so they might just be thinking and that, and that hence why he's running on the all weather. But some of the Beckett horses are a little bit hit and miss lately,
yeah,
so I wouldn't necessarily be rushing to back him from stall 10. Obviously, he's capable of winning, but there's lots of question marks around lots of horses here. So, like you
yeah,
say, Shiplake with the course form back on the all weather, certainly worth chancing. Obviously, not if he's favourite, but
no,
certainly if you can get a price.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I can't see why you won't be a price. I mean, part of our job is always to try to find something that you're going to hope that the bookmakers make a mistake with. We're always looking for the bookies' mistakes, aren't we? That's what we do.
Yeah,
And ultimately, from my perspective, if they stuck Shiplake up at double figures or 16s as forecast, I think that would be a mistake. He won't be 16s at the off. I don't think he will anyway. Not
no,
unless he's totally unfancied.
yeah,
So yeah, interesting
yeah.
stuff.
I think he'd have to be a selection in there, wouldn't he?
Oh, he's definitely my selection in there. Yeah. We've been in this game for a very, very long time, haven't we? And ultimately, we accept that we get things wrong sometimes. But I'm always
Well, I don't like accepting it, but it certainly happens. That's for sure.
Yeah. But on all evidence of this horse, he screams to me as one that really likes the all-weather, and especially here.
Southwell.
Yeah. And if he was a huge price, I'd say a huge price, but anywhere between 10 and 16, I'd be interested. So
yeah, and Danny Muscat, a pretty good jockey booking for that type of horse. I think he's quite good on strong travelling types, especially on the all-weather. So
yeah, he is. Yeah, exactly.
I'd be quietly confident, really.
Yeah,
he could run some sort of race there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Excellent. Okie dokie. We're on the same page there. 5:10. I mean, I don't know if you've got anything between then and then. Honestly, I've got nothing exciting about the 5:10. I've written a few down. I've said Massimo Blue probably has a reasonable chance. Changed yards, is a course and distance winner. Offer marker 65. I thought Tough Enough might have been of some sort of interest as well in there. Dropping in grade. Ran well here, offer marker 73 back in April behind Station X in second. So now dropping into a class 6 off 65. Does look like some of his all-weather runs aren't too bad. And he ran in a class 4 last time out. So, I mean, probably didn't have any chance in there, really. So, 4 to a 6, having ran pretty well in a class 4 behind Station X in April, wouldn't be without a chance. I know you like the yard there, Max, as well. And Federal Envoy was another that interests me very smallly. He was at one stage not a bad operator around here. Lost his way really back in the last year. Not very good, but I think there's been small signs of him potentially sticking his head up at some point. It wasn't a horrible run behind Elvetham last time at Lingfield, but I do like to look for grade droppers, and he's not doing that here. But he is back at Southwell, where some of his best form was. Toby Moore booked. So yeah, there were just a few that I was interested in the race. I don't know if you had some thoughts in there.
Yeah, I struggled to really come up with a strong selection there. There was, like you said, there's bits and pieces of form with quite a few horses, and I just couldn't really come down on one. Like you say, Tough Enough must have a little bit of a chance. Ran all right here. 2 runs back over the 7 furlongs behind King of Fury, who that day was a pretty good bet, and then followed up next time as well.
Yeah, he did in a better race.
So I mean that form's not terrible, and it was definitely a more competitive race.
Yeah,
and he did okay staying on.
Yeah,
that day. So like you, I'd give him a small chance for sure. I do think that Anthony Britton yard are worth following during the winter, especially when they hit form. When they hit form, nearly everything runs well, and sometimes you can get a decent price about them.
Yeah.
So I do like them during the winter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
To be honest, you spoke about a couple of horses that I was sort of had. I was going to ask you about the Federal Envoy, really, because he just seems to have lost his form totally, doesn't he? He's. I mean, there was a second at Ripon, but apart from that, he's just been, well, without being horrible, hopeless.
Yeah.
And I just don't know what the key is.
No. I wondered if Charlie Clover's got hold of him now from Ian Jardine. Now, I'm not saying that's an upgrade, but sometimes horses move yards and they just, they just change their attitude a little bit. I'm not even remotely pretending that he's got some real good chance. I've mentioned 3 horses in there. I'm just saying that back over a year ago, he was winning off 76 round here. Like you just said as well as I did, he seemed to just lose his form entirely. I did just think last time out, he was staying on to some sort of effect. He's gone off 7-4 favourite, 11-8 favourite, and 5-1 last time out at Lingfield. He was doing most of his best work in the finish, and I just thought possible back here at Southwell, he might have some sort of very small chance, but he's not one I'm going to be rushing to the bookmakers for. But
No.
If I had to play any of them, then if Tough Enough was a huge price, I don't know what he's forecast to be there. He's forecast to be 14s. I'd have a pound on him. Do you know what I mean? That would be that sort of thing, really.
Yeah. Well, I think bets will probably be kept to a minimum tomorrow.
I think so.
Maybe just the one or.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. I think the likelihood is that we're only actually going to stick up one. So,
I think it's probably evident which one it will be as well.
Yeah. Okie dokie. All right then. Have a great day, everybody.
Okay, so that just about wraps everything up for today. Thanks for listening to today's analysis. If you found it useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you never miss our daily race previews. For our exclusive early analysis before the markets open, visit gallopinggurus.com and become a member today. We mostly rely on people's kindness to donate for our hard work, so if you feel like you got something out of our analysis or out of our content, please don't hesitate to go to the gallopinggurus.com website and hit that donate button. No matter how big or small, we appreciate your support. Be lucky, everyone, enjoy the racing, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.